Hello everybody, it's Mr Barrington-Wilding, and today I get to share another story with you. Today's story is the Twinkle original and it's called The Cautious Caterpillar. This story is all about change and I thought this is a really good story to share with you before we all transition to our new classes. So get comfy, sit back and enjoy the story. Let's begin. It was springtime in the garden. Cody the caterpillar hatched from her egg and crawled onto a big green leaf. She smiled happily. "I love being a caterpillar," she said, and she began to eat her tasty leaf. Just then, a ladybird flew over. "You're very lucky," said the ladybird. "When you become a butterfly, you will have wings like me." "Flying looks very tiring," said Cody. "I wish I could stay as a caterpillar forever." "Don't worry," said the ladybird. "Having wings is great. You can always stop for a rest." Cody smiled, but she didn't feel sure. "Maybe one day," she said, and she carried on eating, and the ladybird flew away. The next day, a bee buzzed on over. "You're very lucky," said the bee. "When you become a butterfly, you will sip nectar like me." "I don't think I'll like nectar," said Cody. "I wish I could stay as a caterpillar forever." "Don't worry," said the bee. "Drinking nectar is great and it is ever so yummy." Cody smiled, but she didn't feel sure. "Maybe one day," she said. She carried on eating and the bee buzzed away. A few days later, a grasshopper jumped on over. "You're very lucky," said the grasshopper. "When you become a butterfly, you will have 6 legs like me." "But I like having 16 legs," said Cody. "I wish I could stay as a caterpillar forever." "Don't worry," said the grasshopper. "Having 6 legs is great. That's plenty for landing on the ground." Cody smiled, but didn't feel sure. "Maybe one day," she said. She carried on eating, and the grasshopper jumped away. The next day, Cody was full. She thought about everything her friends had told her and decided to be brave. "Maybe today," she said, as she changed herself into a chrysalis. She stayed like that for many days until she was finally ready to leave her chrysalis and became a butterfly. Cody explored the garden, feeling happy and proud of her new wings. "Having wings is great," she said, and she flew past the ladybird. "This is yummy," she said to the bee, and they sipped nectar together. 6 legs is plenty," said Cody, as she landed next to the grasshopper. That evening, she came across a caterpillar eating a tasty green leaf. "You're very lucky," said Cody. "When you have finished eating, you will become a butterfly like me." The caterpillar smiled, but didn't look sure. "I wish I could stay as a caterpillar forever," he said. "Don't worry," said Cody. "I loved being a caterpillar too, but trust me, being a butterfly is great." The end. Now, I've got a few questions to go through with you about the story. So these questions I want you to have a think about at home and talk with your friends and family. So, what do you think cautious means? How do you think Cody felt about flying? How did she feel about eating nectar? How did she feel about having only 6 legs at the start of the story? The last question, how did Cody feel when she became a butterfly? So I want you to have a think of those questions and discuss the answers with your family. I hope you enjoyed the story and I'll see you again soon. Bye!